Today, Lil Baby took to social media and posted, "I don't care about nothing else other than Durk right now. Free the bro." His emotional message came in response to a major development. Reports are circulating that Durk might finally be getting released on bond, according to statements from his father. This marks Durk's third attempt at securing bond, and this time, his legal team reportedly made an offer so compelling that the judge is seriously considering granting it.
Left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son for at least the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor. He wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and he's going to give a ruling in the next few days about what his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers. And we thank you. And inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for us, that we have a good ruling in our favor.
In a shocking turn of events, prosecutors in Lil Durk's case have reportedly dropped key pieces of evidence during a live court hearing, reading them aloud in front of the entire courtroom. This unexpected move led to Durk finally being granted a release date, as one outlet reported today. During Lil Durk's court hearing, prosecutors told the judge they are willingly throwing away evidence against him while reading it out loud in front of everyone. I wonder how this will impact the rest of his bond hearing. One of the most controversial pieces of evidence dropped included lyrics that said, asterisk, "They told me they got an IT got location. Go look on the news. See your son screaming no, no, no asterisk," which played over actual footage of Quando Rondo screaming no during a tragic news report. The move stunned the courtroom and sparked intense online debate about the use of rap lyrics as evidence.
The search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
While it's definitely a big win that prosecutors are dropping this evidence, the way they did it raises serious questions. Before dismissing it, they made sure to read it out loud in front of everyone in the courtroom, including the judge who's deciding whether or not Durk gets released. That moment is bound to stick in the judge's mind and could still influence his final ruling. Even Charleston White chimed in, reacting to the situation with his usual controversial flair, hinting that even when evidence is thrown out, the damage might already be done in the court of perception.
This is a real victory. Now that demonic force was a dark force. It was a dark energy. I think we now finally get to put that fire out. I don't think we'll hear drill music ever again. I don't think drill rappers would ever be celebrated ever again. Down goes the drill. So this is a victory for law-abiding Americans who like hip-hop music but don't like the killing part.
Although Charleston White has made it clear he doesn't support the idea of Lil Durk being released, Durk's attorney, Drew Finneling, took a different tone. Finneling publicly revealed Durk's upcoming release date and explained how the prosecution had essentially sabotaged their own case. According to him, their decision to read and then dismiss key evidence in open court only strengthened Durk's position, giving the judge even more reason to approve his release.
Allegation they backed away from, which is huge. It shows the weakening of the case. Previously, the prosecution had alleged that Durk paid the bounty for through one of his co-defendants, and they named the co-defendant. Now they've backed off that allegation. They're not actually saying that Durk paid the bounty through the co-defendant or anyone else. And the fact that they're not saying that suggests that previously they thought they were going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy. And now they know we're not going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this.
Durk's lawyer, Drew Finneling, pointed out that the case against his client is quickly falling apart. With prosecutors no longer allowed to use lyrics as evidence, their argument has lost significant weight. Finneling didn't hold back, even calling the charges a joke, saying that lyrics were the only thing they ever had on Durk, and now they've completely abandoned that angle. This shift has left the prosecution scrambling, while Durk's defense grows stronger by the day.
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Act. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
While the judge is taking a few days to finalize the decision on Lil Durk's release, troubling news has emerged from inside the jail. According to reports, Lil Durk was attacked earlier this morning in his cell block at LA County Jail. Details about his condition haven't been made public yet, but sources say a transfer to a different facility is now being considered for his safety. The incident quickly caught the attention of major figures, including Kanye West, who personally reached out to Durk to check on his well-being after hearing the news.
How you feeling?
And I'm feeling good. Just taking a day at a time, just chilling and staying focused for real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love the time we
from a federal prison.
I love the time we spent in Saudi, man. That was great.
Hey, look, that's all I'm talking about here. The people in here, they get their time, and they ain't never experienced the world. So I be telling them stories, and they be on 20.
Wow. Yeah, man. I just got off the phone with Puff. I talked to him for the first time 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes before you called me. Yeah.
Rumors quickly began circulating online about what really happened to Lil Durk, but fans noticed something strange. On the exact same day, Durk was attacked. Both Quando Rando and Lil Tim did separate interviews where they delivered nearly identical messages. Even more suspicious, they were both released from custody that same day, and their interviews were made public within hours of each other. While some chalk it up to coincidence, others believe it's a strategic move to divert attention and prevent federal authorities from investigating any possible connection between them and the attack on Durk. Here's what Lil Tim had to say.
Shit, I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was King Von who did it, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn, if Brian did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how I was. But I was like, yeah, I ain't no the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't no disrespect to like his mama saying f***ing shit like that, because I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like, they ain't never popped that shit off. That would have never happened like that.
Adding to the suspicion, Quando Rando echoed the exact same sentiment during his own interview, saying he wished things had been handled differently. The fact that both he and Lil Tim were released on the same day, gave identical statements, and had their interviews aired just as news broke about Lil Durk's attack has fans raising eyebrows. While some continue to call it a coincidence, others believe it might be a calculated move to avoid federal scrutiny and distance themselves from any possible connection to the incident.
Whoever on my side, they got kids and a mama that 100% love them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this bull that we talking about is stupid. That could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where a song and $3-4 million could have came out. Or whatever, like that could have got handled in a legit way, in a music way.
Despite acting friendly in interviews when speaking about Lil Durk, many fans believe Quando Rando and Lil Tim are only putting on a show. In reality, if given the opportunity, they'd likely retaliate for the death of their close friend Lil Pab. Durk's legal team brought this up in court, using it to argue that Durk should be placed on house arrest for his own safety. A few days later, the judge finally made a decision, but not without serious conditions. As Lil Durk walked into the courtroom, headlines reported, the feds believe Lil Durk must go completely broke and surrender all of his assets to be granted bond. Authorities claim they're concerned he could use his wealth to place bounties on potential witnesses, which is why they're demanding such extreme measures in exchange for his release.
Bond for Lil Durk. Let me tell you about what options he has left and why the bond was denied this time. Now, he's in federal court on a murder for hire charge where he faces the possibility of life in prison. What that means is under the federal law, it is presumed that you do not get a bond because the charge and the penalty are so serious. So your lawyer has to go out there and show why you should get a bond. Now, ultimately, what the district judge decided to deny the bond on was a couple of factors. There's a couple $1 million being put up, but it's not all being put up by Durk. Some of it is from the label. And ultimately, Durk has a lot more money and assets than what's being put up. So if I let him out on bond and he tries to flee, he's going to have tons of assets and money at his disposal.
This led to a viral tweet that read, if you think Durk was denied bond just because he's rich, you clearly don't understand the case. The tweet claimed that Deed's younger brother, known as Lil Ted, secretly cooperated with authorities and snitched on multiple F members, including Durk, instead of making the cooperation public. Prosecutors allegedly kept it hidden to catch Durk's legal team off guard. This revelation explains why prosecutors suddenly dropped the lyrical evidence. They didn't need it anymore. They had something stronger, according to leaked court files. The new evidence includes disturbing body cam footage of Lil Ted desperately offering to snitch on Durk and the F Crew. The footage was so impactful that Durk's legal team immediately filed paperwork requesting more time to revise their bond proposal. For context, Lil Ted isn't just anyone, he's Deed's little brother and one of Durk's closest street associates. Anytime Durk needed something handled on the streets, he reportedly went through Deed. So when police arrested Lil Ted at a local convenience store with a loaded firearm tucked in his jeans, the moment became a turning point in the case and the feds wasted no time flipping him.
Really? Dude had a... What about that? A man had a... with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
At that moment, Lil Ted was transported to the police station, but he didn't even make it inside before breaking down. Still in the back of the squad car, he burst into tears and pleaded with the officers. According to the body cam footage, he said, "Asterisk, I swear I'll tell y'all everything about the passings." Asterisk, desperately hoping his cooperation would keep him out of jail. But by then, it was already too late. His arrest was locked in, and the officers weren't budging.
Hey, stop it. Stop it.
Take all the money, I swear to God, take all the money. I take everything, I swear to God, I take everything, please.
Once placed in the holding cell, Lil Ted was seen completely breaking down, crying uncontrollably and begging for a way out. Desperate to avoid jail time, he made it clear he was willing to give up names and expose every team member he knew who had committed serious crimes. All he wanted was to be taken out of that cell, even if it meant turning on the very people he once stood beside.
Oh, you gotta relax for me, because I can't understand it. Relax. What's the number? What you saying, man? We're gonna see what we can do for you, alright? We're gonna see what we can do for you. You gotta relax for me.
Relax, man. I'm gonna get a buzz from prison. Relax.
Give me No, I'm saying, what you talking about? I'm trying to get.
But here's where things took a surprising twist. Since Lil Ted and his older brother Deed share the same last name, rumors started flying when court paperwork revealed someone with that family name had turned informant. Immediately, the internet exploded with speculation that the snitch was Deity himself, also known as DDG, who happens to be one of Lil Durk's closest friends. With social media in a frenzy, OTF's own Boo had to jump on Instagram Live to set the record straight and shut down the rumors before they spiraled even further.
No motherfucker know what's going on, but them people that's in them courtrooms, man. For real. Them be false accusations. Y'all don't even know what the be going on for real. Y'all really be trying to play Inspector Gadget and all this. Y'all just be weird as hell. That's what I be talking about, man. Like, first y'all done threw the jams rumors out there. Now y'all talking about Vonnie a snitch, gang. A snitch on what? Y'all don't even really know what's going on for real. My kids, y'all really just be running. And that's why I don't participate in nothing that got to do with nothing illegal. Because of you motherfuckers, y'all be trying to get them all put under the jail.
That's when fans really started digging into the court documents, trying to uncover the truth. Even DJ Academics weighed in, mentioning Vanier as the one allegedly cooperating with authorities, which only added more fuel to the confusion. The situation quickly spiraled, with different names being thrown around and the facts getting blurred. As Academics put it, asterisk a lot of times these days. The headline is way better than the actual story, asterisk highlighting how the internet ran wild, with assumptions before the full picture was even clear.
You see Flacco post something, you almost gotta be like, look at this headline. Lil Durk found out his co-defendant OTF Vonnie, King Von cousin, filed for protective custody when they came to court. Okay. That sounds so crazy. This is why we have streams like this. This is, I'm not gonna get on anybody or anything like that, and I'm not gonna ever say that I haven't, maybe jumped maybe once in a while, but I definitely do aim to be correct, and I never try to be incorrect out of malice, right? This is why we love to bring up the paperwork and try to explain it, and also increase everyone's knowledge on stuff, because a lot of times these days the headline is way better than this.
Despite all the chaos and speculation, Lil Durk still has one final shot at being released from jail. During a recent conversation, DJ Academics asked Durk's attorney, Drew Finling, whether they'd consider taking a plea deal to avoid a longer legal battle. Without hesitation, Drew responded, "No, we're going all the way." His firm stance made it clear they're fully prepared to fight this case to the end and have no plans of backing down.
You know, likelihood of a plea. I think a lot of people have seen like this seems like it's a do or die thing. This is kind of like it's going to be like a 1 or 0 type of situation. You're either are or you're not. Is Durk, from your understanding, or you as a lawyer right now, as his criminal attorney, are you open to possible conversations about plea deals? Are you thinking, no, we're going all the way? Would you entertain it? Just entertain it because that's your job to listen to it and maybe present it to Durk, or that's just off the table?
It's a conspiracy commitment case. It's an all or nothing case, and he did not participate in a conspiracy to commit. And so there is no alternative. It's a life sentence, potential life sentence. So this case is going to go to 12 people.
They're choosing to go all the way. For one key reason, Durk's legal team has been holding a powerful argument in reserve. According to them, everything Durk says online and in his music falls under his First Amendment rights. His lawyers plan to argue that his lyrics and social media posts are a form of artistic expression, not criminal evidence. By framing the case around free speech, they believe they have a strong chance at winning in court.
First Amendment argument here, right? That this violates the First Amendment. Can you talk about that?
Right, for sure. I mean, I'm expressing myself. I can say the things that I want to say in a rap record or any kind of record. And you could go back and there's country records and there are pop records and there are R&B records that talk about all kinds of things. It's just that there's this notion that with hip hop, quote, glorifying violence, that suddenly now we're going to use these things to prosecute them. But does that mean that the free speech, the First Amendment has gone away? No, absolutely not. He can absolutely rap about what he wants to rap about, and that doesn't mean just because the story is...
But Drew Finling's decision to reveal their First Amendment defense in a public interview sparked a major backlash. Prosecutors quickly took note and began building a counter-argument, preparing to dismantle it in court. Things escalated even further when news broke that Durk's day one homie Gleez was killed the night before in Chicago. The tragic news led to a viral comment that read, "Has anyone heard from Jam?" after he snitched on Durk. The comment stirred up even more controversy, especially since several F members have recently disappeared or gone silent. Jam, in particular, has been off the radar for months ever, since he was publicly exposed as a snitch during an interview on DJ Vlad's show.
There's a guy named OTF Jam.
That was wired.
Very ironic name.
Jam
now
got
he
him
put
in a
everyone
jam.
in a jam.
Did 12 years.
12
got
years.
out, interviewed, said he kept it real, brought him cars, gave him 50,000.
Right.
This. Made mention that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat. Caught a gun case, but eventually he flipped.
Not long after Jam was exposed as a snitch, reports surfaced that he had been found by F members hiding out at a house just outside of Atlanta. According to sources, Jam was punished for allegedly cooperating with authorities against Lil Durk. The leader of FA photos soon circulated online showing a taped-off crime seen outside the very house Jam had been staying in, and since then, no one has heard from him. But what could truly destroy Lil Durk's chances in court is the evidence Jam reportedly provided. According to official documents, Jam handed over over 230 gigabytes of digital evidence, including audio recordings, surveillance footage, and more than 20,000 pages of investigative reports. The feds are now processing all of it for discovery. What's even more alarming is the content federal agents believe Durk financed hits on two individuals, Stephen Mack, who was allegedly responsible for the death of Durk's brother Deeth, and Jam's own baby mother, who tragically passed after Durk allegedly found out Jam was wearing a wire. Authorities believe Jam is the key to connecting Durk to all three crimes. One piece of chilling evidence is an Instagram live video where Durk appears to notice Jam holding the top of his jacket, quietly whispering seemingly into a wire, triggering immediate suspicion and fallout.
Check on your man, let him get his head. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I don't have a dare. Architect. Having a who? I'm having a dare. School's ass.
After fans started pointing out how strangely Jam was acting during that Instagram live, new speculation surfaced suggesting that Lil Durk had been playing 3D chess all along. According to reports, Durk already suspected Jam would flip and had been a step ahead the entire time. In fact, Durk even hinted at the betrayal during a past public interview, subtly sending a message that he knew Jam was going to cooperate. Many now believe Durk intentionally let Jam feel comfortable, knowing he would eventually expose himself.
From a mile away. I don't think people realize that. I can have a conversation with you for 5 seconds and know your way is gonna call.
Later, Durk opened up even more about the situation, revealing just how deeply the betrayal affected him. He shared that he no longer lets any of his friends know where he lives and keeps all personal information to himself. It was clear from his tone and words how hurt he was by Jam's decision to snitch. You could see the sadness in him. Someone he trusted like family had turned against him, and now he moves in silence, trusting no one.
Nobody is ever allowed to my house. It be my best friend never been in my house.
For real?
I promise.
Your best friend?
I promise. Like, it's people like that I just don't allow around my girl and my kids. Cause it's like, I'm just a different type. I'm not the have family night at Durk house tonight. It's the you gotta watch,
everybody at Durk's crib.
Yeah, we gotta everybody getting watched. We gotta watch everybody. Hey, they go too close to them kids. You know what to do. Like, that's how I play. Like, I don't play.
It's crucial to remember that Jam is the same person Lil Durk once gifted $50,000 to during that very Instagram live. But what's even more important is what most people overlook: the individuals in the background of that live. If you pay close attention, their presence and behavior might reveal a lot more about what was really going on. That moment wasn't just about generosity, could have been a calculated move, and the people in the background might hold the key to understanding the full picture.
He steady crying. Feed him. Feed him.
Get him up, bro. Get him up so big mama get the trigger, bro.
See that?
Feed
For my
him.
baby. That's really how y'all hold y'all babies, ain't it? I gotta hold my money like this. It's too much. Crazy though. Motherfuckers sitting up there doing all this. Sneak this and the internet games and all this. Up some money, do something. Like, we winning, bro. I can do whatever it is I want to do, I can do it. Not what I want to do what I want. Y'all can't do that, bro.
Bro got out what?
You know that
How many you did now?
How many years I did it now?
Yeah, that's a little bit. 12.
12.
That boy popped out 12 years.
Yeah.
So much money. We really was just getting in order to just figure out the lanes, man, boy.
The men seen in the background of that Instagram live weren't just bystanders. They were reportedly the same individuals connected to the death of Lil Baby. This has fueled speculation that Lil Durk may have hired them. What makes this even more significant is that these same men were previously spotted jewelry shopping with King Von, highlighting just how close they all were. Their shared loyalty and deep connection to Von have led many to believe they were seeking revenge for his death, and that their actions may have been part of a calculated move to get back for Von.